What up, everybody? It's motherfucking Monday. This is your fucking weekend recap. Me and my foreign correspondent, Dino, the genetic motherfucking marvel, from all the way on the other side of the country.
From the deep north of the 51st state.
That's it. Before we get this started off, well, we generally recap the shenanigans that went on over the weekend. And so I guess what nobody's talking about, Dino? North Carolina. Guess what else nobody's talking about? UFOs or California.
Ooh, are we back? Listen, we already remember. This is because there's been news that they're like, oh, New Jersey, that was all just drone pilots and pilot enthusiasts, and you're going, okay, still doesn't explain it.
Not at all. Not at all. You know what else they're not talking about anymore? The 3 missing nukes.
I forgot about those, Marco. How,
You know what else would nobody talking about no more? The Ukraine war. Oh, remember when that was every day? Remember when that? No.
I do. Well, the thing that I've heard more recently is, where is my 100 million? You say you send, but no send. And I find that funny. I find it funny because, okay, Marco, you've never traveled outside the United States of America?
Yeah, I have.
You have? Okay, that's fine. No. But have you been to Europe?
No.
Okay.
I've been to Puerto Rico and I've been to Canada and I've been to stops in other little places. Nothing major.
America light. That's fine.
Yeah.
The point is this: when you go to Ukraine, bro, okay, Greece is expensive to get to, but once you're in Greece, dirt cheap. Ukraine has been destroyed by war, people. With $100 million, you can have whatever you want as a vacation. And hilariously, it's gone missing. So the idea that it was intended for Ukraine makes it hilarious.
We never got it. We never got the money. No, don't look on my yacht. Don't look on my yacht.
Hey, those 4 houses I bought in the United States for millions of dollars have nothing to do with this money. You owe me extra. I wonder if his LA house burned down. That's because a lot of those generals had LA homes because, war is hard. Sometimes you got a summer. You got to just get a little sunshine. Think about your mental health. That's fine. I get it.
And you know what else nobody's talking about?
Tell me.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of poor fucking illegals getting deported.
Oh.
Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about Guantanamo Bay or the Gulf of America.
Hey, listen. Technically, there's no reason why it can't be the Gulf of the Americas.
Dude, I already figured it, and then I was right. My theory was right about the whole thing.
What?
The whole reason why, because of course it sounds absurd. There's got to be a reason. There's got to be some justification for some absurdity like that. What it was right before Biden fucking left office. He fucking put into some fucking action, some order, whatever the fuck his authority was at the last minute to stop all offshore drilling.
Good.
But the way he worded it was offshore drilling in the Gulf of Mexico.
Bro,
Okay.
that is chess, not checkers.
Dude, fucking Trump is he's the king of the loopholes. We've all figured that out. Trump is straight king of the fucking loopholes.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry. I would want someone who has the highest office of the nation to find a way to get whatever done. So
that's it. So I mean, and literally that is the reason why they did it.
I would not be surprised.
No,
Hey,
I'm thinking that when I first heard it, I was like, "There's got to be some fuck." Maybe somebody said that you can't if you can't fucking drill here. If we change the name, it's a loophole or whatever. I mean,
how many years have people been well getting oil from the Gulf of Mexico? Billion-dollar, trillion-dollar companies have caused so many issues in the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, dude, Obama's leak is still there.
Yeah,
it's still there. Remember when they wanted to fill it with ping pong balls?
They tried. Air, and I'm like, bro, you're gonna make us all bald and it's still gonna be leaking oil. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to do. That don't make no sense. But yeah, the amount of stupidity that I attribute to government operations in general, that being a thing that's like, but he said the Gulf of Mexico, we're digging in the Gulf of America, is some of the funniest Trump shit I've ever heard. Because you're like, yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly, well, we're not digging in the Gulf of Mexico. That would be ridiculous and against the law. So we're digging in the Gulf of America. Where's that? Same place. Eat shit. Here you go.
I mean, it is what it is. Fuck.
Listen, it's just how things have fallen.
So yeah, nobody's talking about the Panama Canal anymore, which now we are controlling again.
I'm sorry.
Talks about the Gaza Riviera. Supposedly Hamas was talking shit for like 12 hours, and then all of a sudden we're not hearing from Hamas. Is even Hamas even there anymore? Because not only did fucking Trump say he was gonna fucking blow them fuckers out of the ground, but so did Israel. So if they're both coming at you, dude, the Gaza Strip is a strip. It's a strip.
All of Israel is one big strip. Sorry. Hey, listen, I'm not inciting anything. I love Joey's comment. I don't want Marco going through my financials, bro. Listen, Joey, what are you hiding? Okay, what are you hiding? Just be honest.
Yeah, that's dying down too. But touching on the whole, how many of you fucking idiots out here whining about Elon Musk and his fucking Doge going through anything in the government when not fucking down to the day that Trump got inaugurated, y'all were whining at TikTok. I take it away. Because why? Because we should be able to choose whether we give them our data. We should be able to choose whether to do this or that. Okay, you just agreed to give China, not just China, your data, but you're whining that a billionaire is looking at your measly $100 in the bank. Fuck you guys.
Hey, listen. The funny thing is, all the people who were bragging about Red Note, which was China's TikTok, suddenly silence. What happened, guys? Well, I thought you guys said this was the future.
Look, I tried that fan base. It was the new thing. Like it was black owned. It was created by a black man. It's American made. I'm like, yeah, support. And of course, the typical black American company only works half the fucking time. Couldn't download a goddamn video on it. And then I stopped using it after I just said, fuck, I ain't had TikTok in fucking 5 years. I literally put TikTok on my phone just so I ain't have to fuck with the fucking fan base.
Oh, listen, this is the problem, is people are like, oh, we have a better product. And you're like, cool, I'd love a better product. And then they're like, it also doesn't actually work. You're like, why did you call it a better product? I was
so ready for fan base. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be the new shit. And Jared is absolutely right. If you idiots out there think Elon Musk needed Doge or any of that, if he wanted into your fucking watch on your arm, I'm sure that man could hit a button and fucking be there.
I'm sorry, hold on. The lack of cyber security on the internet, on your phone, in the world is heinous.
Remember when the first TVs came out with the cameras in them? They had to fucking stop making them because the Russians were watching people. That shit was real. I got on one of them sites just to see if it was real. Yeah, you could watch people in just random people's shit through their Xboxes, through their house, through their fucking, like, they got them little Google camera, whatever the fuck.
Hey, and the crazy part was that it was Sony, I believe, that was doing this. They got caught with atrocious. I mean, that's a big word. Somebody bought a thesaurus for the Christmas. That's fine. No offense, Jared. It is funny though. But like the personal cybersecurity for most people is not exist. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Have you seen people talking on speaker with the phone right at their mouth? You're like, what kind of a dipshit? You're like this. Hey, yeah. So I'm talking with the. You're like, why are you on speaker? Just put it to your face.
I've heard dope deals in the middle of fucking Walmart because idiots are just walking around like that. They don't even have a fucking Bluetooth earpiece in their ear, but they're just, the days like I don't know what the game changed to. But it ain't what I grew up. Not like the game didn't change.
Hey, the game was the game, and then everyone said, or we can use Monopoly money and pretend, and everyone did.
No excuse for any kind of law enforcement to not pick up a lot of these fucking. I mean, they're literally telling you right there. They give addresses out loud. It ain't even texting them; they just say it out loud.
Yeah. Listen, well, I think about it this way: is that you have to remember, and this was in a few movies. It was like older movies, and they were saying like, because someone's like, "Why aren't the cops investigating?" And the cops are like, "We write tickets, bro. We're not detectives. We're not like I don't know what you think is going on." That's why like this whole idea where you have police who are armed as if they're fucking SWAT teams, right? Driving around for their protection, and you're going, "Hey, man, you write tickets. You're a meter maid. That's all you are."
Yeah,
okay? You're not. No, but that's the thing but that's the reality of it. Okay. Because look, you're not having police officers who are like, oh, I also have a law degree and I'm, and I'm helping. Like, you're a secretary. You write tickets. That's all you do.
Degree in some states now to be a teacher.
No. Well, it's not like that was better for kids. Come on. Let's be
honest. Yeah. Good point. What else? What else wasn't talked about anymore?
I mean, it is Family Day here, so today is technically a statutory holiday. So things are.
Yeah, I don't think statutory and holidays should be all in the same sentence.
You've never had one, sir. It's young, it's firm, it's wonderful. No, sorry, that's inappropriate. My apologies, everyone. But it's that idea, like, so for years I've tried to explain this to my wife, and I'm like. And I do this joke that has been killing on stage as I go, my wife is a conspiracy theorist. She has these crazy ideas like the government knows what they're doing. I'm sure the government has it under control. She's crazy, clearly. Because like no, the government doesn't know anything. It's the government. You tell the government, and they're like, "Are you sure?" You're like, "This is your information, bro. I don't know what you want me to be specific about." Anyways, but the whole thing was that I was like. Statutory holidays is we get usually about one a month, right? I'm like, listen, that's the government saying, hey, you work too hard, you need a day off, we're going to shut everything down by law.
Yeah, our government said no, fuck that, we got rid of a lot of them.
Well, your government's a problem, let's be clear. Right? Your government's like, what time are we opening on Christmas? You're like, it's Christmas, we're not opening. And they're like, no, this is America, we open on Christmas. Don't do that.
That's a Jewish fucking holiday.
Only for managers. That's fine. But like
somebody in the crowd to be like, hey, wait a minute.
But that's the whole thing is that like over years I've been like, no, we don't plan things on statutory holidays. They're like, oh, we can hang out with people. No. The government said we're overworked. The government sucks. So if the government says we're overworked, you deserve a day off. You should take the time, put your hat up.
The Canadian government says you should give away fentanyl on the streets and let it go die in that park next to the school.
Hey, if anything, 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't have to. I'm okay with it. Nobody says I have to take fentanyl.
So,
yeah.
other shit that I did notice, all that, or wait a minute. Something else that ain't getting talked about no more.
Mm.
Is the teacher that got brought back. Trump went and got back. There's been negotiating for 3 years. And
Yeah. What did
yeah,
he
no,
do? What did the guy do in Russia?
I think it was caught with weed. It was a grinder thing.
And we fucking got the grinder before we got the teacher? Bro, Biden's America.
There's still soldiers. I mean, and there's iffy because I know both sides on the whole soldier thing. As a civilian or whatever, as an outsider looking at it, of course we would say get our soldiers back first.
Sure.
But as a soldier, as somebody like that, that's kind of their job. It was all, my job. You had, it's the civilians go first, your hostages go first, and then we go. So
yes.
I kind of see the both ends of it. It just the optics look real shitty, and especially we gave back a fucking gun runner with billions of fucking bodies on his hands for this basketball player with a vape who says "fuck America."
Yeah, why didn't we let her stay? Teacher, hostage in Russia. Okay, I want to find out what the deal with this guy is. Why was Mark Fogel in prison in August 2021? Okay, so peak Biden's America. Fogel entered Russia through customs at Sheremetyevo Airport when 17 grams of medical cannabis was found in his luggage. The substance had been prescribed to him in the United States to treat chronic pain. In June 2020, 17 grams.
Okay. That's a little over a half. It's about an eighth over a half.
In June 2022, Fogel was convicted of drug trafficking and sentenced 14 years. Okay.
Trafficking, Jesus.
Well, you could sell 7. You could sell 17 grams, and if he was there for a couple days, 100%. The only thing is why
trafficking would be a bunch of baggies.
He may have had, but Jared says Bluetooth and Wi-Fi expose you to literally anyone who wants in. That's also true.
Yeah.
Fuck all governments. Sure. I feel like that's an OnlyFans thing, but the only thing that they're actually good at is stealing and murdering. Also true. He was more American than she is. Also true. See, this is the thing. Is like, okay, let's do something weird here. She was working in Russia and got caught with a bit of weed vape, so she went to jail.
Right.
Her own problem. There's no. I still yet to see a reason why the American government should be involved. Okay, and this guy went to Russia of his own free will. Brought weed. He's from Pennsylvania. Okay, he's from Pennsylvania. He should know better. Pennsylvania is tight. Okay, if you're two miles over the speed limit, you're gonna get a ticket from Bubba Jim.
$500 ticket for a roach in my ashtray. I know.
There you go. So, you're from Pennsylvania. You should know better. Again, you know what you brought, and also, no one, and I will die on this hill. Nobody accidentally brings 17 grams. Sorry, that's not how that works.
See, that was going to be my point of the whole thing, because on both ends, I'm glad that our people are back. It's understandable. That's not saying I condone what they did, only because look, you've been Griner. I would say more Griner than this dude, but being that he's a teacher, I'm assuming that he did a little bit of research on where he was going, and he knew that Russia, especially, this is after the Griner situation, or was this before? This was before the Griner situation, so that just makes Griner look fucking worse. Either way, we have an information overload. You could fucking mess it. Is weed legal in Russia? Because we all know, no matter what, weed ain't supposed to be legal on an airplane, whether it's prescribed to you or not.
Yeah.
I mean, so you fucking knew. You both would have fucking known.
Yes. This is that conversation that we've been having on and off is like, if you're a judge and you break the law, you should be held double, if not quadruple times more accountable. If you're a lawyer, same thing. Police officer, same thing. And that's the thing is like there are a lot of laws, especially for police officers, that are skewed to say, well, they can like they're allowed to lie in interrogation, and that's on you because they're just trying to trick you. And you're going, yeah, that's not evidence. That's does nobody realize that you're like when they convince you to say you did it, that's not real. That's bullying. That well, you probably maybe you were sleeping, bro. I remember a guy who was like, I think I killed somebody, and they're like, what do you mean? And they're just like, well, the cops kept on telling me that maybe I was asleep, but maybe I did it in my sleep. And you're like, and no one else is realizing that's not evidence. This is just you're bullying somebody into taking the blame. So you go, I did a good job because I convinced an idiot that he killed somebody while he was sleeping. That's not a good job, bro. You're an idiot. So
I don't think that happened in any of these cases because one, I'm sure the Russians, they knew damn well who Brittany Griner was. If they were really going to pin something on her, it would have been more than just one vape. It would have been more than just one. If they were going to pin something on this guy, it wouldn't have been 17 grams. I mean, so they said at least an ounce. Yes, at least, something like that. He had an ounce on his balls or taped to him, or they'd have said some other, if it was over in the Asian countries, they'd have fucking taped some yum to his butt crack, whatever the fuck. But the fact that it was one vape or 17 grams of weed, yeah, that was just your stupid fucking ass. You knew you shouldn't have had it.
Okay. But also too, how much you want to bet? How much you want to bet that when they got Brittany, she was like, "What's the big deal? It's fine." Right? And then they freaked out. And the other guy, Fogel, probably goes, "Well, I got a prescription in America. That should be enough." Going to jail immediately. Nobody wants to hear your visiting ass tell me that because your country said it's okay, my country should just do what it's told. You're immediately going to go to jail, and I'm probably going to piss on you, just so you know.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Listen, it's like the one shining spot in Biden's America was the fact that America started. It's gone now. It was like a whisper of America going, hey, maybe we're just normal people and everyone is just normal people. Like it was like just a little thought that happened for like 10 seconds. And then Trump got up and be like, nah, we're the greatest. It's fine. Okay. Which I'm like, I get it. But at the same time, travel a little bit, go see the world. Things are different. And you know what? It's not, and that's not to say that America's better because America's the worst in so many things. But does it have a lot more freedom? And do you as a citizen have a lot more power? Yes. The problem is that your government has literally gone out of its way to stop you from having power, which you're like, well, yeah, there you go. That's ta-da! It's why? Because it's a pain in the ass. I'll tell you that. Hey, there's nothing more painful than a government who is trying to rule you, and you go, I don't think that's fair. I want to discuss. And the ruler goes, I just fucking kill this guy. And they go, no. We're civilized society. We need to discuss it. And the ruler goes, no, we're not. It's my thing. Fucking kill him.
Right? That's the difference between parenting now and parenting back when I was coming up or when my mom was parenting. Now it's Lord forbid you whip your kid's ass. Lord forbid you fucking, you got to do counseling. You got to do this and that. Let your kids talk back to you. They're just acting out or they have anxiety or some horse shit like that.
They should. I'll beat the crap out of them.
Yeah. Back when I was growing up, and even with my kid, they might have anxiety now, maybe, but I can't smack you now.
I remember there was this family in our church, and they had one daughter and then 3 sons. The 3 sons were basically Larry, Curly, and Moe. But just fucking idiots, okay? Their sister was a smoke show, though. She was an idiot too, but smoke show. So they're sitting in church, and the kids, one's on one side of the mom, and the other 2 are on the other side, okay? And they're just bickering back and forth, and the mom's trying to pay attention, and then all of a sudden I hear, it was as if it was from like a Dragon Ball Z cartoon or like a Kung Fu movie, because I heard, and that was elbow 1, elbow 2, ear twist. Bro, You're like, it was. That's it, bro. It was right out of Street Fighter. I'm like, what? Is E Honda here? What? I don't know what I just heard. This, but somebody's crying, and bro, just pop, pop, wah, and all of a sudden silence, and you're going, that's good parenting as far as I'm concerned. Okay, one shot. Hey, you didn't have to wind up. Just pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, when my mom started, it was like Tasmanian fucking devil. Everything. It was fucking chanclas and fucking pots and pans and belts and switches. Yeah, and that's some literal shit. Your mama went
listen,
Puerto Rican. Hey. You didn't grow up Puerto Rican unless you got smacked with a chancla. That's a house shoot.
Yeah. This was the funny thing. Like for me, I was 15 and I was at the shop and my dad went to smack me and I just palmed his whole chest and it's just smacked just like it's just I was like, listen, we're not doing that anymore. Go, you lay a hand on me, I'm gonna rip your arms off. We're done. And my dad went, oh yeah? He went, swung again. Just I'm like, yeah, we're done. Changed everything. I'm honestly, I had a way better relationship with my dad because we talked. Because he's like, yeah, you can't hit unless you're gonna hit me with steel and cause scarring. We have to have a conversation.
That's where the difference in the parenting that we received goes. I did that one time. I will never forget. I did that one time. I was 16 years old. You know, I'm not a tall motherfucker. My mom's shorter than me. Fucking my mom swung at or went to take a swing at me, and I caught that shit like the Matrix.
Oh, yeah.
And then she swung the other fist at me, and I caught that shit. And I'm holding her there. I was like, you gonna stop fucking trying to hit me. And she bent me backwards in some kind of weird MMA fucking thing. And I'm on the bed, and she looked at me, and she just let go. And she walked downstairs into the kitchen, and she grabbed a steak knife, and she came at, dude, the teddy bear that saved my fucking life is still sitting on my mom's dresser right now. And you can see the big white stitches across his fucking chest. That's what the fuck I grabbed when she swung that knife straight at my chest. That is the difference. You're big as your dad said, okay, baby, I'll think about this. My mom said, oh, this motherfucker's gonna find out tonight.
Yeah, you just had a bad mom, man. Sorry. I like, listen, I know you love your mom, and that's fine. And I'm sure she loved you. That's a bad mom.
No. No.
I love that you're like, no, I'm not defending it. That's no.
Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, that's poor.
Like, look, and this is why I wish people would understand that you're like I was a menace as a kid, and I got beat. And you know what? Thank fucking Christ, I had to grow out of that. And then I was like, listen, I'm bigger than you. No touching, but we can talk. And I also was a lot calmer. So, and like my dad was pissed. Like, I don't have to talk with you. I'm like, well, your alternative isn't going to work. So, right. And listen, and this all happened. We're surrounded by steel and fucking weapon. Like, bro, it was not. Yeah, this is not a safe environment. This is a machine shop. We can all die without any problem, right? Like, that's just death comes to you. It's not
one swing of a fucking crane. Pop.
Oh, bro, I told you the other week how many times I turn, bro, right? Pop. Oh, and you're just like,
dude.
Oh, it's gonna hurt for a few days.
And you're twice my fucking size, dude. I've been smacked, dude. I didn't have my fucking heart. I've been hit so hard that the hard hat went flying, and it felt like I didn't have one on when I got smacked.
Like that shit happened, bro. I've been fortunate. Oh,
dude, I got caught right in the fucking temple. Oh my god.
I had one brother was holding. It was a cube. It was a copper cube that he had cut for something else that now was going to be machined down. We were arguing, and he just went like this, whack! And it cut me on my head, and I was like, "Fuck!" And he was just like, I fell down to the ground because I was like 11, so I'm crying. And what does he do as he's running away? He hits me in the head with steel toe boots, and I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
That's love. That's love right
that's
there.
That's, I mean, listen. And the funny part was, like, he did it like a little dance, like, ta-da! and walked away. I'm like, fuck it, that's steel toe, you asshole. And it was, yeah. But you're going, look, it's you kind of it's an environment that you either toughen up or die. Those are your options.
So the last thing that wasn't talked about or isn't being talked about anymore that I just found the most hilarious. There was a big shit in the beginning of the month about how Trump took away Black History. That's been a big shit. Even in some of the shows that I've went and performed at, that was one of the Trump took away Black History Month. No, false. Try doing some fact checking. Actually, Trump fucking I don't know if you call it codified or recognized Black kids on February 1st. On February 1st. Look at the fuck up. Now, the department, the I think the military or the federal, whatever the fuck, stopped all. It wasn't just Black History Month. It wasn't all the rest of it. It was all of them. Just your regular fucking holidays are there. And I don't even know if the federal people are that, fuck, my insurance people called me today. I thought it was President's Day. Nobody fucking supposed to, shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they didn't take it away. He actually recognized it very publicly, but your fucking mainstream media won't tell you that because, Orange Man bad. But with all that shit, we just spent a half hour talking about that isn't being talked about anymore, that apparently nobody gives a fuck anymore.
Hold on. Before you go on, you mentioned North Carolina and UFOs, but we did not talk about it. Can we spend 5 minutes on that before we move on?
Yeah. North Carolina's still, I mean, it's not as shitty as it was. I'm assuming that, hey, Trump went down. There's only so much you could do. I'm sure they ain't down there fucking condos. But, the people are getting bridges made and shit,
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, I have no idea what's going on. Gavin Newsom pretty much fucked them people out of their land like the Americans fucked the Indians.
That's true.
Dude, I mean, the fact that they can't even sell their land for, I mean, they're never going to get the fucking worth of that land before it was burnt. You know, a fucking multi-million-dollar home, you got a couple, maybe 4 or 5, maybe
$500,000?
$500,000 now. Maybe
at the most.
At the most for just that land. Because it's scorched now. It's scorched.
Look, it's the problem is you have to still do cleanup, hazards, then dig, then rebuild. That's a lot of fucking work still, and especially in a state. I almost called it a province. California is Canada's 13th province. It's fine. They want healthcare. It's fine. We're in negotiations. I said we get tacos and guns. You guys get healthcare, and we don't talk about it. We'll just stop.
Dude, Greenland is talking about buying California.
They both sink into the fucking ocean. Two fucking retards. Are you kidding me? Bro, Greenland is stupid.
Denmark. My fault. Because we're trying to buy Greenland.
Hey.
Fuck, I think Denmark was trying to buy. And you know what? You can have them. Build a fucking little canal. Call it the jalapeno canal right up the fucking coast. Take it.
Listen, hey, this is the thing is that Denmark is like, no, Greenland is ours. And Greenland, hilariously, is like, we don't like being yours. And everyone's like, what the? And you're going, ta-da. That's how that works. And hey, I'm sorry, do you guys not realize what's happening in the rest of the world? Taiwan, okay, can't even say on the internet, hey, we're not China. Otherwise, everything falls. Everything just crumbles, okay? It's like Sauron when you drop the ring into the lava, just pow, he explodes. That's okay. So what the fuck is going like these people are messed in the head thinking that, oh, well, we're independent. Bro, you're independent at the behest of who has the most guns. That's it. That's welcome to the real world.
What
Sorry.
People don't realize about the whole Taiwan thing, I hate to say it, but Taiwan is China's. It is China's at any point it wants to. Because first of all, the America nor the bitch ass UN is going to go to war over that little island.
No.
No matter how many assets we have on there, we're not going to go into World War III over that little island. But what was already said and was been in planning way before Trump. I mean, the whole plan for Taiwan is if China does decide to invade, we destroy it. It is cheaper. It is more. I mean, it just.
Hey, and you know what? Be happy that America is saying that, because if it was China, they wouldn't evacuate. They would just burn it to the ground. So
yeah, because we got assets all through there, and I mean, I'm sure there's all kind of underground assets too that nobody talks about.
On top of everything, they are already making moves. Remember, the reason why Taiwan is so important, and to be very clear, yes, if China wants it, the only thing stopping it is America. Because America's like, no, it's independent. And Taiwan's like, yeah, I'm independent. And America's like, hey, just shut up. Just shut up. Yeah, well, that's the thing. They're not in some sort of power that they're allowed to do anything. They've just been a sore spot for. Think about it this way: London stole marble from the Parthenon. Every year, I sign a petition to bring back the Greek marbles to Greece from London, and London says, "No, we're safe keeping it because that's what we said during the war." And you're like, "Okay, but the war's been over for 70 years. Bring us back our stuff." And they're like, "We think it's better if everyone can see it here." Listen. That's a problem. But Taiwan is the exact same situation. They have no say. They're a pawn in two massive chess games, right? So burn it to the fucking ground. But they're already building superconductors in the United States. They said, it takes like 5 to 10 years for us to work it up. So in 5 to 10 years, there's a good chance Taiwan's just going to be the republic formerly known as Taiwan. Right? Sorry, it's the crater that used to be a city.
It's gonna be the Gulf of China. That's what it's gonna be,
bro. Like, look, this is the problem. Is like we haven't been hearing about the population numbers in China because we found out that those were fake. Like they were overestimated, and you're like, now you have an entire workforce that's missing. Right? There are no new young people taking on jobs.
Nope.
They're all Insta famous, and they're like, I'm an influencer. Number one, I'm monetized on YouTube. If somebody calls me an influencer, I'm like, calm down. That's not a thing.
Here's a question for you as a logical person. I want your thoughts about this because it just popped in my head after you said that.
50-50 on
logic. For the longest time, you're allowed to have one daughter. The rest of them you had to have boys, right?
What do you mean?
Like that. Like they had like the children.
China, no, you can only have one child. Period.
It was one child.
Yeah,
I thought it was a boy, or you're allowed to have one girl and
no. So you're allowed to have one child, and so the way that people were circumventing that was they were doing artificial insemination because that can be multiple cells. So people were having multiple kids in one birth, technically, but the law was only one child. So what happened was you had a bunch of stupid people who were like, my blood can only be passed on through a penis. So unless it's a boy, kill it. And you're like, that's not how that works, but okay. So now you have an excess of men and
right. That's where my point was getting to.
Yeah.
So we got a bunch of men, huge amount of men. And we already determined no matter what the fucking population number is, there's still more of them than us.
Yeah.
So this theory that gay people or any kind of the rainbow community is born and it happens so frequently that you see the population here in America. Wouldn't that statistically prove that whole thing wrong? Because wouldn't there be more gays in China?
Oh, there are a lot. So there's two.
You don't ever hear about gays in China. It's always Thailand.
Because nobody hears about anything in China.
I'm just curious. I mean, because if that's statistically, you don't ever hear anything about the rainbow community in China.
So that's because you have to be tight-lipped about that kind of stuff, right? So
Well,
they don't recognize it. Sorry?
I'm sure the lesbians are.
Oh, giggity, giggity. The the whole thing is that so there's two issues. Is number one, there are tons of men who are indefinitely single because that's it. But the problem is too is that women are such a commodity. The hilarious part is that there are way more women if you go to the Philippines or Thailand or wherever.
Leave China.
So, but they don't. Well, think about it this way: is it's like it's the same idea behind Passport Bros for that, right? Because people are like, "Oh, I married a girl when I went to South America." Okay, that's fine, right? Oh, I got married to a lady from Asia. Okay, that's fine, no big deal. But the problem is, some people are like, "I'm too good for that. No, I have to marry." And you're like, "All right, well, whatever." Like, look, when I was young, I'm sure I had stupid ideas as well. But the fact is, as you grow, you're going, listen, man, you just want to find a partner that you can hang out with and not kill.
Where the fuck they're coming from? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. If it's a fucking AIDS-ridden fucking country, then I'd fucking watch your step. But especially now that there ain't no USAD.
Oh, that was a low blow. I liked it. It was good. It was good. Right in the nuts.
Out of all, because that's not being talked about anymore either. So out of all this shit that we talked about, and the UFO things you haven't seen, now the U.S. military is launching its whole fully droned fucking military shits. That's all that was. We were doing test runs, dude. And I think actually them 3 nukes had something to do with it too. They were like, look, we got to find this shit. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Listen, so I noticed something the other day, Marco.
And it's all allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly, everyone. I noticed this the other day. So we're currently watching a new show called The Recruit. And it's about a kid who's a lawyer and becomes a lawyer for the CIA, but essentially is doing CIA covert shit. And he's like, no, I'm just a lawyer, like whatever. But I realized something is that every time you see a main character in a TV show or movie, if you remove money and good looks from their actions, you realize that they're just pieces of shit.
Yeah.
People who are like, I'm the main character, you can tell that person is a piece of shit. Just an FYI.
I mean, Batman with no money and no fucking power is just another whiny kid who lost his fucking parents. Just an emo kid. You know, that's all Batman was an emo kid.
Hilariously, all of the new cartoons, because you remember Batman the animated series, which was fucking badass, right? All the new cartoons with Batman, he's a bitch. And you're like, bro, the whole reason why, listen, everyone wants to be Superman because everyone wants to be a hero, but Superman's a bitch ass, okay? The difference is Batman is the peak of human possibility, right? He can be the smartest man, a great detective, physically impressive, still not super. But all those things combined, he's Captain Planet and he'll kick your ass. It's, it's one of those things where you're going, but now they make him a pussy and it's horrible. He's like, oh, my parents, and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? It's disappointing, to be honest. But anyway.
So what we have been talking about, the big thing in the news now. There's
Black History Month.
No. One is what is it? Ashley St. Clair.
Yes.
I feel like it's gonna be another Stormy Daniels deal. That is the chick who's Stormy Daniels was the stripper that Trump supposedly paid off or whatever the fuck. Even after all this shit, she owes him money. That's what's fucked up. She still owes him money.
Bro. Also, like, Stormy Daniels' tits, nipples go this way. So whatever. They're 2 different directions.
Yeah, whatever. That's somebody's grandma now.
Fact, bro.
But yeah, this Ashley St. Clair chick who supposedly she was an influencer. Not a bad looking chick, but I guess had a kid with Elon Musk. And she claims that the only reason why she's saying anything is because a tabloid got a hold of the story, and she didn't want to embarrass Elon, and she didn't want to have any security issues or her kid's name drunk through the mud. But now the story is switching up. And it's just seeming more and more of this is a money grab. Elon hasn't said anything about it yet, so everybody's making their assumptions. You hear anything about that shit up there?
I saw, and you're right. You know what? She's not a bad looking girl. But like at the same time, let's be honest, okay? Elon is one of the richest men in the world, right? If you don't factor in Saudi gold and oil and stuff like that, like on paper, he is the richest man in the world, right? Whether he is or not is regardless. Okay. But the idea that he banged somebody out of wedlock and had a kid, okay. Why is this news? Oh, well, she's trying to get money from him. Yeah, that's what happens when you have a kid and you don't give them money. They'll come after you and they can take money. Huh, that's what. Why is this like on top of everything? I think we should be focused on more important things. Like, I don't know, a gajillion dollars disappearing in Ukraine because they didn't get it. Okay, like, calm down.
I think the whole reason why everybody's in an uproar about this is because when Hunter's grandbaby came out and Biden fucking kept denying the grandbaby. So I'm thinking they're trying to project that shit over. I honestly, does this affect the free job that he's doing for the country? Does it affect it at all? At all? Even if it was his, okay, here's some money. Here, you want to take a picture with fucking Papa Trump? Come on.
Well, listen, okay, this is the same thing. Remember when Tiger Woods stopped banging hookers? His golf game went to shit.
Yes.
If Elon Musk just needs to knock up some shitty ass influencer so that the government can straighten itself out, I support this. I support this fully. Let him knock up like 10 women. That should take us 4 years. We're good. That's fine.
And the fact that people love to be on this racist kick. This is an African American that you people are talking shit about on a daily.
How dare you? You people are racist. You should know that. You are criticizing an African American man.
A strong African American man, a billionaire. He is an African American man is one of the richest men in the world, and you guys are still bitching.
Hey, he is basically, the boss bitch African American man. That's he's an independent man. Okay, he's out here getting that bag, and everybody has a problem. Clearly,
there's haters. I'm waiting for him to come into the Oval Office with a pit bull on a fucking chain, fucking hat sideways.
I kind of want fucking Trump to build like a what are those things called? What Odin has, the chariot with the goats and stuff. I kind of want him to paint that on the side of the beast. I think it'd be fucking cool.
That would be fucking great.
Listen, right across. Hey, do you remember those old vans? Right across the back, you'd have some half naked chick with her tits out, just wow, and you're like, yeah, that's how you fucking gangster that shit, bro. That's it. That's my motion. Donald Trump, take the beast. It's a good car. On the side of it, you need to paint the full Odin's chariot with a hot chick on the back. Just saying. Or turn the entire trunk into a hot tub.
Have a Valkyrie on the back, dude.
Tits out, though. Got to be tits out. Come on.
Yes.
Let's not be monsters. It's fair. Listen, I find it hilarious that this is more popular on the news. The fact that he knocked up some influencer versus we have people like what was the one girl, Ashley Blue, had sex with almost 1,000 people in a day. Yeah, what the hey, the other girl did it with 100 people, and afterwards she started crying. She's like, I felt bad, like I was like, oh my god, what if I didn't make them come? And you're going, lady, you're a whore now. Like, that's it, you're done.
They were on a time limit, so no, you didn't make fucking most of them people come. But they got 3-4 pumps in.
I mean, forget about that. She sat there starfished and then bragged that she had 100 dicks go in her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, lady. No.
You were a pocket
That's a
pussy
you
for
claim that nobody cares about.
yeah, you're a pocket pussy. You gotta at least move or something.
You're a
You're a
pocket pussy with legs
you're a
and tears.
used pocket pussy.
Yeah. Bro, that was the
That's like
best
a
comeback.
pace car and NASCAR. They look all right, but you ain't trying to take that home to fucking make your daily driver.
Also, okay, did you hear about yeah. That's only for vacation and if nobody's watching.
And the seat's always stuck way back.
Nobody look. You saw that Donald Trump did a lap?
Yep. I fucking love it.
Hey, first sitting president to go to a Super Bowl, which, in all honesty, very disappointed. Very disappointed that he's the first.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's the Super Bowl. It's a big deal in your country. Like, it's a big deal in our country. And we don't, like, we have Canadian football. It's a totally separate thing.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want the president at my Super Bowl or at the Super Bowl or any of my big events, no lie. Because there's always a fucking target on his head. You know, why do I want my football game blown up because somebody's after this dick?
So, valid, but also just get a seat on the other side. Because that way his side's going to go and you'll be fine. That's why you just get across. You cross the arena.
I want to be distance.
Yeah. Listen, he's the president. Give him some distance. That's fair. That's fine.
So amongst everything else,
yes,
the whole Elon baby is over the news. What's taking over social media that I'm noticing is this lady. And I'm going to say lady because everybody else is fucking emphasizing black woman. I don't think the color of her skin has anything to do with it. But got the shit. Like she got Jesus smacked out of her by a security
guard the light, bro.
At a Taco Bell cantina.
Yeah, okay. So let's start there. Is every video that we watched refers to it as at a local Taco Bell cantina. Okay. Are we calling Taco Bell a cantina? Really? Are we going to start calling Burger King a bodega? Like, let's just fucking relax. Okay. Just calm down.
Dude, it sounded like a club in there. Like, did you hear the music in the one? Like, it sounded like they were twerking.
I want to contract the screen. Yeah. It's yeah. That's, I mean, like, anyways, go on.
When I first saw the video, first video I saw, I didn't even see the one that's going around now.
Days ago.
The first video I saw was a different perspective. And the lady and the security guard were having words. She kind of threw a chair to the side. He was walking away, actually. She stormed up to the counter and he was telling her to leave.
Yes.
When she stormed up to the counter, he grabbed her arm. Now, different people, I've seen this in slow-mo so many times. Some people are saying she knuckled up with him. That's why he smacked her.
Sure.
One video, dude slowed it down, looked like she smacked him first. That's why he smacked her. Not saying that it was right or wrong, because we don't have the context. We don't have, because that video, I try to find that video. I can't find it now. Now all I see is the one that, the one that's on Fox News, no less. Fox is the one who's,
I mean, we should call it Fox Information, not Fox News. It's definitely not news. Let's be honest. It's, but Fox stuff that happened that we thought was important.
I had to have watched this video fucking 30, 40 times already. And most of them are just recounting Fox. It's like Fox is the only one who's covering it.
Hey, to be clear, he watched it for scientific purposes, not to watch some bitch ass hoe get the shit smacked out of her. That was a separate piece of enjoyment. It's not. They're separate. It's for science, people. It's for science. Okay.
So, like a lot of what I'm seeing in the comments and stuff are, again, they want context because there was a lot of people there. First of all, we'll go on the race thing. There were black folks in there, black men and black women. If you saw somebody anywhere, especially around where I live, if you saw some black lady get smacked by some lighter skinned dude, no matter what the fuck color he wasn't black. They're coming at you. There's 50 fucking phones. Somebody is fucking grabbing you up.
Yes.
There's dudes. So I'm assuming like I said before, when in the other video, this chick was making a ruckus. She was acting a fool up in there. And there was also come on now, this is California. Every white woman in there was a Karen. Somebody would have went up there to be that fucking, that sacrificial lamb. Yeah. Sir, you can't do that, sir. Sir, what are you doing? This is a black woman. You can't do that, sir.
Okay. So let's unpack a few things. Number one, cantina. Absolutely not. Number two, I really need to emphasize anyone who calls Taco Bell and cantina, you need Jesus. Like, you have a problem. Okay. And by Jesus, I mean Jesus. Yeah, you need Jesus in your jail cell. He's going to straighten you out. So, we've all of us have seen someone act in the fool. Okay. We've all seen it. Sometimes we've been it. Fair. And you know what? Every time I've seen that, everyone just goes, I'm leaving. I don't want to be involved in this, and walks away. And you know what? I've seen security drop people before who were acting the fool. And listen, this is where I learned, because, okay, Marco, here's a question. You've been to a shopping mall before? Yes, as everyone has. Have you ever seen a woman freak out in a shopping mall?
Oh, yeah.
Of course. We all have. And my personal opinion is that is someone who's acting the fool, because it's just too much, right? Everyone's just trying to do the job, calm the fuck down. Now, that woman will be escorted off the premises, told she has to leave the store, whatever, but her day will continue. Right. If I freak out in a mall, I get what's called a surprise shotgun to the face. Okay. That's what I get. Okay. Because I'm a big person, and people don't pretend, hey, maybe we can get away with tasing him. They're like, no, put that shotgun in his face and pull the fucking trigger before he kills somebody. That's what happens. Okay. So the idea of someone talking the fool and getting set straight, and the fact that the footage, it hasn't necessarily been doctored, but it has been consolidated. So we only see very limited interaction.
Yeah, there is a video that is longer. They don't show it from the beginning. They just show it more at the end. Right. Most of the video that they're showing on the news stops at the front door. No, that chick comes back in. She starts yelling and screaming. He escorts her out the back because there's another glass door. So that just in that alone, there's more footage to the video.
100%. And also,
nobody's releasing the camera footage from Taco Bell.
Also, too, the fact that it's been around for a couple days and I still have not seen an edit where someone goes, Sharkeisha, no. Like, that is the funniest shit I've ever heard. Have you seen this?
You didn't hear the fucking people in the background of the videos?
I didn't.
A couple of them fucking talking. It's
no. But the whole idea, there's a video of it's a meme, it's a sound bite, right? Where somebody walks up, and it's always somebody who's like, pop, and you hear a wicked smack, and then someone's like, oh, Sharkeisha, and you're like, we all know what happened there. That's fine. But the fact that nobody attached it to that video, I'm a little disappointed in the internet. A little disappointed. I feel like that was a good opportunity and we wasted it.
Even you saying that, I mean, speaking of, like, because the background people, like, somebody said, God damn, and somebody else said something, but nobody, being the fact that they made that expression, they saw her get hit. So they knew she had to have that coming. I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying it's right. Because I could be all wrong. This is all theories or whatever. We got as much information as most of you guys do.
Allegedly,
right? So, I mean, from one perspective, I could see. Now, mind you, this woman was homeless supposedly, so they can't find her.
Looked pretty well dressed for a homeless person.
She was in there barefooted. He knocked her wig right the fuck off her head. Apparently the guy's been fired from the job, but no shit, man. I mean, even if you're secure, like you said earlier, that is security at a Taco Bell, and he was. They're not saying whether he was legal or not, but his last name was Sanchez. So I'm gonna just let y'all know he wasn't white because a lot of people are like this white cop or this white. No,
Hey,
no, it wasn't. And
and
being that it's California, it's highly likely that he was of the Mexicano persuasion.
I love the idea that in California that they're going to go after a security guard and try and deport him. I think that's some of the funniest shit I've ever heard, though, because you're like, that's peak California, right? Where they're like, what? Someone did something good and they did their job? Deported. You're like, what? Why would that happen?
I don't think they'll deport him, but I think they'll take him to the edge of the county to where they do deport people.
Yeah.
The exile out of the village.
Yeah, I see, and this is the problem is that like, so I've seen there have been a few robberies of jewelry stores in some of our local malls, and it will be a gaggle of a certain background. They'll run in, break glass, take whatever they can, and run away. Now, I personally have seen none of this. I have, however, watched the videos where then the security guard, who not allowed to do anything, still all geared up as if they're a survival man, okay? And they're just on their phone recording the whole thing. That's not security. That's just that's an assumed deterrent when the fact is, shoot him. You rob my store, I'm going to shoot you.
The same thing happens in New York and California. You know, there's plenty of videos. Now they dropped the fucking thing back down. So before they moved it from, I think it was a little less than $1,000. Then they moved it up to like $5,000, and that's when everybody was stealing everything. And then they put it back down to a grand or whatever.
I think it's $950.
Yeah.
And hey, you know what? I'm sorry. Like, I love this thing because people are like, "Are you saying that you would kill somebody if they tried to steal your stuff?" Yeah. And they're like, "So you value your stuff over their life?" I'm like, "No. They value my stuff over their life."
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know, and the fact that you're letting that's the mentality you're putting into these youths. It's fucking crazy. You know, I mean, I'm dealing with one of my kids. You know, she just think, well, I don't want to work. Well, who the fuck is gonna be taking care of you? Once I finish putting this house back together, shit, I'm trying to get rid of this motherfucker and downsizing. This bitch is expensive.
Yes. Hey.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Trump make it better, but even at better, I work in the fucking driveway.
Yeah.
I work on cars and shit when I feel like it.
Nobody. This is what I feel like people are losing perspective. They're like, well, I don't want to work. Yeah, nobody wants to work. We just have to survive. That's right. It's not do I want to make a gajillion dollars every time I go on the internet? Yeah, I do. But that takes time, takes hard work, takes effort. So we're trying. But you can't. I love people who are like, I want to be an influencer. Number one, no, you don't. That's not a job. Okay. So if you want to create content, the problem is if you're a woman, people just assume it's OnlyFans. If you're a man, people just assume you're retarded. So it's a big issue. But you work with what you got. Sometimes you got to call in Mr. Sanchez to smack somebody acting the fool. It's just the science, people. Fuck. All afternoon I'm just gonna be rewatching that video of that guy smacking the shit over.
I got the image of that chick's fucking wig just bouncing off her fucking.
There's nothing funnier than watching somebody get their hair. Like, listen, I've watched a bald man have his toupee smacked off. I have watched a comb over gentleman be uncombed over, and I've seen wigs get pulled, flopped, thrown. The funniest shit I have ever seen.
Dude, one of the best things I've ever seen was my dude BG. We were at a bar, fucking like in our early 20s, and I'm at the bar ordering a drink. Him and this other big dude get into it, and BG hit this dude so hard in his chest that he flew out of his boots, dude. Like, and they weren't like hillbilly boots; they were fucking work boots. Like, dude was on the fucking ground with just his socks, just laying there in socks.
Never done that one. I'll tell you that. I'm like, I've made people shit themselves. I made people pee their pants. I've never knocked somebody out of their shoes, though. That is.
Yeah. That is true. Dude, me and BG used to get in bar brawl, man.
Yeah.
And it was always like, I was always the smaller of all my friends, so I kind of got that Chihuahua fucking thing going on.
I completely believe you. That's fine.
I get real defensive real quick. I get on my guard, and if I feel threatened in any type of way, I'm hitting you first. That's just first strike. But fucking BG, he had a bad habit of fucking he's having a good time. He's having a good time. You fucking cut. I'm like, oh my god, what's going on?
Hey, listen.
I'm in the corner now. I gotta hit somebody.
I mean, I don't know. See, fuck, bro.
And that BG is white as fuck. He's a big dude, but he's white as fuck. And he's outside. He grabbed 3 fucking dudes. He fucking sucks them out of the hallway outside. Mind you, it's a bunch of Puerto Rican motherfuckers. I'm in there fighting with these folks too. We all end up outside. BG screaming, the only reason why you're trying to beat me up is because my mama's white, my daddy's Puerto Rican. Man, if his dad was there right at that moment, his dad's white, like redneck white Confederate flag white, and so his mama's Italian, like the blonde tan Italian.
Oh yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, ta-da!
Fucking hilarious,
dude.
Like they were circling us, and he fucking says this, and I'm like it took me totally out of fight mode. And then some old dude comes up like Edward James almost, dude. He was just, I don't know. Hi, Poppy, it's okay. I'm sorry. My grandson, he half white too. It's okay, Poppy. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That fucking worked. What the fuck?
Bro, that's the funniest shit I've ever heard. That's fucking great.
Dude, that was one of the greatest memories of me and Pete. Dude.
That's top tier business. Are you kidding me? Nothing wrong with that.
All
right. Well,
ready to wrap this shit up there.
Yeah.
So we gave you the weekend news. The weekend news apparently once again is actually St. Clair and the Sanchez dude who smacked off the chick. Everything else could go fuck itself apparently because nobody cares about it anymore. So
you can guarantee one thing is everyone in the news sounds foreign. That's fine. To be clear.
With that being said, Dino, what you got coming up? Don't you got something tonight? And
so we got Life of Giants is tonight, which we are going over the quote by Al Davis, who used to own the Oakland Raiders, which is just win, baby. Then we have Wednesday is going to be What the Fuck Wednesdays. We have Thursday is going to be mental health. And then we are also cooking. We're trying to do some weird cooking shit as well on Saturdays. So tune in for that, everyone. But in the meantime,
we're here. To make real German Wiener Schnitzel.
Oh, that's good.
Real Wiener Schnitzel is not a fucking hot dog. It's not a wiener at all. It has nothing to do with the wiener. There's no wiener involved in the schnitzel. I don't know how they got associated. But I've seen there's a channel that I watch. He's a medieval, or he does all kind of medieval recipes.
Ooh, and nice.
He had authentic German from back in the fucking. Well, it was a German cookbook, but it was a French recipe from the 18 or 17, whatever the hell's medieval times.
Yeah.
And dude, there's nothing to do with fucking. It was fucking meat. It was good. Yeah,
bro. See, this is the difference. Is that the French have involved themselves in almost every aspect of cooking, and you have to just fight to keep your own. That's why Greek people, we're like, oh, it's a French style. Get the fuck out immediately. Don't bring your fucking weirdo sauce life to me.
French food. The only thing I like from as in any kind of French bread. Just baguettes, French bread. That's
bro, they had a win right there, and they're like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna start making sauces. You're like, listen, calm down. You know what one sauce is? They cook an entire duck, put in a press, and squeeze out the juice. That's the sauce.
That sounds Asian-y.
It does, doesn't it? But it's not. Because the Asians would be like, "You're wasting a whole duck." That's the difference, right? But yeah,
see, I feel like don't the Asians hold ducks out like weed buds? They kind of just let them hang and let all the shit drip.
Let all the juices sink in and the discard just run away. It's perfect. There's a method to the madness. But yeah, no, we're gonna be doing. I was gonna say, do you cook at all? Do you barbecue? You barbecue? Yeah.
Motherfucker. You got a little melanin in you. You can cook you a rib. Motherfucker.
That was not what I meant. I meant you're a manly man. I'm sure you use fire for things. That's fine. It's not like I'm like, hey Marco, you got any grape soda in that fridge? That's not what happened. I just asked you if you cook. Let's calm down. It's rude.
All right, everybody. This has been motherfucking Monday with Dino the Genetic Motherfucking Marvel. And we will catch you probably tonight.
Yeah. Peace.
Good to each other.
Or not, and send us a video.
Go watch that video. See if she knuckled up on that dude or not.
Woo! Sharkeisha! It's fucking, I'm telling you. Just oh, it's great.
So what the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah. So what the fuck?